When the scent of Nation Media Group drifts through the corridors of power from State House to Parliament, a sudden wave of unease fills the air. It's not just guesswork. For the last 8 months, NMG's brands NTV, Daily Monitor, Spark TV, KFM and Dembe FM have been a no-go zone at key state functions graced by the president himself. And now Parliament too crammed the knot so well that 2 days ago, journalists accredited under NMG were asked to turn around their backs and leave the parliamentary press seats, a move that was justified simply as order from above. The irony, however, is unmistakable. Both the presidency and legislature are public institutions mandated by law to uphold transparency and accountability. The question that lingers then is simple, yet profound. Do they even have the legal authority to bar journalists from covering them?
It denies the public a right to access the information which is rightly the information they should be accessing, and does not only end there, it erodes public trust in what is happening, because what are you hiding?
It's illegal for government to ban a media house from covering its activities, or whether it's just a branch of government or any institution of government. On that basis, we have to examine both the national laws and international laws that we follow as a country. When you look at Article 9 of the African Charter of Human Rights, one of the things they guarantee is access to information.
Legal experts say no. They point to Article 29 of the 1995 Constitution, which guarantees freedom of expression, and Article 41, which upholds every citizen's right to access information held by the state. By that measure, excluding journalists from public coverage isn't just arbitrary, it's unconstitutional.
Article 29 of the Constitution, 29(1)(a), is very clear. It provides for freedom of expression, and in that includes the media of press, the freedom of press and media and other freedoms. Now, again, Article 41 protects or provides for a right to access to information. The only way the members of the public can access information, the only way the public can get this information that is within the confines of the state, especially on governance and how they are doing their work, is when there is media coverage, when there is press.
The Constitution itself, in Article 99, Clause 2, requires the President to maintain and enforce the Constitution to facilitate you, as the media and the press, to enjoy your rights in Article 29. So it is surprising that the person, the office which is supposed to facilitate you, is the same office which is tying you up. Even Parliament, Article 79, Clause 3, requires Parliament to uphold the Constitution and democratic governance. So it still comes as a surprise to me that in the same Parliament which can say we are banning the press or something.
What's even more, one of the president's aides, Farouk Kirunda, who also serves as Deputy Press Secretary, publicly admitted on X, formerly Twitter, that President Museveni had personally directed the ban on NMG, accusing the media house of misreporting. But to legal minds, that justification reeks more of personal resentment than official procedure. Mixing individual emotions with institutional authority is not just egoistic, but also a direct abuse of constitutional power. If the presidency or parliament feels aggrieved, the legal path is to seek redress through the courts, not censorship.
You can't come up and say you are distinguishing Museveni as an individual and Museveni as a president. When is he an individual and when is he a president? As long as you are covering him and he's dealing with official matters of government, there is nothing like an individual. An individual, the one would understand him is if you are having cabals with him in a Rachitura. Yeah. But if you are going to go to his office or to State House or to a public function, you can't come up and say he's banning you as an individual. He's banning you as the President of the Republic of Uganda.
The presidency does not have a right to ban a media house from covering it, because what they are exercising is public function public duties. So if you are exercising public function and public power, there is no way the public should not have a view of what you're trying to exercise or represent for them.
While government may at times restrict media access on grounds of national security or confidentiality, such actions must be legally justified and transparently communicated. The current wave of media blacklisting appears to lack both clarity and legal grounding. In essence, the ongoing Nation Media Group lockout seems less about safeguarding the state and more about shielding egos. And in a democracy that thrives on scrutiny, such selective silencing doesn't just stifle the press, it weakens the very pillars of accountability. But at the end of it all, journalism is not a crime. I'm David Ijjo for NTV Tonight in Kampala.